It's the start of a brand new season, and I think we're in a much better place than we were last season. Welcome back to start of season 4 of Buxton 2.0. Yeah, so we're back with the fourth season overall and the second season here in the National League. And yeah, we've strengthened our squad. First of all, let's talk about outgoings. Bryce Hosanna left us on a free transfer to join Chorley. He wanted more game time. I told him I was going to give it him, but I broke a few promises and he didn't believe me. Chorley came in for him, didn't want to agree a new contract with me, so he's left on a free. Luke Burke went out on loan to Gloucester as well. He returned back off loan last season. He was third choice after Hosanna leaving, but he might have been a mistake letting go out on loan. We could possibly need him. Ronan Boyle went to Marine on a free transfer. He is a young player, decent potential. Again, similarly, just didn't want to agree a new contract, so nothing we can do about that. Jake Williamson went on loan to Maidstone, Joe Scott to Kelty Hearts. Tara Works has gone on loan to affiliate club Northwich. We have an affiliate club now. We share our transfer facilities with them, and Scott Gordon has gone on loan to Dover. Diego Di Girolamo went on a loan, on a free transfer to Oldham. We did actually agree a new contract with him. On pretty cheap. It was about £100 a week. He's on 350 quid there. I'd quite like to have kept him in and around the first team, to be perfectly honest. A complete shift. He was moving on regardless. And then obviously even Wheatley's gone back off loan back to Wigan. We tried to get him in again. Didn't want to come again. Well, Wigan didn't want to let him come again. So we were a bit short. We tried to keep Di Girolamo, but yeah, he's ended up going. And Carl Concannon has gone to Wigan for £10,000, and I believe we also get 50% of any future profit as well. He was one of our youth intake players. I believe, no, in fact, he was one that I signed on a free. Never played for us. We wanted to keep him around, but as soon as Wigan came in, he wanted to go. We rejected a deal. He said he was then leaving on a free, which was the end of the season. So in the end, we've cashed in for him, 10 grand for him. A nice bit of money for a player that I signed for free. And then we've brought in a load of players on free transfers. Firstly, well, 4 former Liverpool players. James McConnell is the first one that's joined us. He is a central midfielder. He's been playing more of a playmaker sort of role. Being a Liverpool fan, I've done a few saves with Liverpool on this year's game. I know how good he can be. Obviously not Premier League level, but for us he's going to be a great signing. Similarly, Lucas Stevenson, he's going to be more of a winning midfielder, but he can play numerous roles, which also helps really well as well. You can see how good he is. Also, hopefully we can keep him for a long time. He can do the job for us as well. James Norris, also formerly of Liverpool, he's a left back or can play anywhere down that left wing, or if we need him to in the central midfield. Good player. 22 years old. He could grow a lot more. I don't know if you've noticed down in his bottom corner, but all 3 so far are good EFL League One players in the future, potentially. So, they could be with us. They can grow up the leagues as well. And then finally, we addressed our striker issue by bringing in former Liverpool youngster Leighton Stewart as well, 22 years old. Again, potentially a leading EFL League One player. Very, very good player. I think he'll do wonders for us up top. We then signed Will Dixon, who was formerly of Manchester City. He can play on either wing or up top as well, but he's going to be mainly a left winger for us. Potentially League One standard as well, but you can see he's very good as at the moment for this level. And then finally, Ronaldo Toraj, former Tottenham youngster, spent time at Scunthorpe and Luton. I think he actually moved to Luton, on a free. Spent time on loan to Scunthorpe, went to Luton, got released. We brought him in. He is central attacking midfielder, an Ongelonch or Ongonch or however you pronounce that role. But that is where we promised he's going to play, so that is the role he is going to play. Couple more before the season takes over. Lewis Need went out on loan to Ards. We also signed Jake Williamson and Daniel Hunter from Armagh, both of them free transfers, both of them young players for the future, 17 years old. But Williamson goes down to the youth team. He's anywhere across that front line. And once we just click back over there, Hunter is a striker, say similarly 17 years old, 17 finishing. If we can round out a couple more of these attributes, he could be very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. And if we just go over to release players, last season obviously released Petit and Kendall. This year, Mark Beck, Via Richardson, James Malhardo and Sam Sharrett-Peplow have all ended their times at the clubs. So they've all gone on to pastures new. I haven't actually looked. I don't think any of them have got a new job, a new team yet. Beck hasn't. Richardson hasn't. Malhardo hasn't. Oh, Malhardo's at Bath. And Sharrett-Peplow, hasn't. So neither of them, well, none of them were really going to be playing for us. Malhardo was one that wanted to play more. Again, we promised him some more game time, but because of all these broken promises that I've had, most of which being transfer facilities, he just did not want to come either. He didn't want to stay either. So we agreed to let him go on a free. We start our season off playing Exeter at home, then away to Yeovil, and you can see decent pre-seasons, but they're only friendly games, aren't they? Season preview has us finishing in 22nd place, so this media expecting us to get relegated. Apparently our best formation is a 4-4-2. Certainly is not. Key player being James Norris, hot prospect being Cole Murray, possibly. He could be leaving us. West Brom have offered him a contract. We've tried to keep him, but we can't agree a contract with him, so he could be going. Kyle Hudlin is likely to be leaving us as well. And Niall Brookwell might go to Kings Lynn for £5,000. It's a little bit more money into the club there if that goes through. And just a final bit of an update. Dave Hopkins has left, and we've been taken over by a local consortium. Chairperson Tony Hudson takes over. There's a lot of speculation. He wanted to get rid of me when he came in. He wanted to replace us by under-18s manager. Who, whatever his name is. John Beale, that's his name. That's who he wanted to instill as manager. In the end, apparently had good support from the club, so he decided to keep me in place instead, thankfully. So yeah, a little bit of change. He hasn't really done much in terms of finances. He didn't really put any money into the club, but things are looking a little bit better at the moment. Obviously, we've still got a full season to play on that balance. And that is pretty much all of the little updates to start with. So we're going to get into some football and play that first game. So we have the same style, the same formation, but completely changing style. We don't currently have any tactical instructions on, with basically starting afresh. We have Roberts in goal, Hughes playing as a fullback on this right-hand side with Marlon and Apaya as central defenders, Norris in as a wing-back, Stevenson playing a ball-winning midfielder. I'm hoping with him being on this side when Norris goes forward, Stevenson's going to tuck in and cover. McConnell as an advanced playmaker on support. Gibson Hammond's going to be a winger on this side, hence why we've got the fullback. Toraj in's the Onglonch. There's no L in that. I don't know why I keep pronouncing L in that, but that's how he's playing. And Dixon is an inverted winger, so that's obviously he's going to tuck inside. Norris is going to get forward, and hopefully overlap on the fact we are going to put that on as an instruction, and then Stewart up top. A bench of Blasic, Tony Cook, Munro, Alcock, and Hanks. So let's go and jump into this game at home to Exeter. Both board and fans are expecting a draw at this game. Hopefully we can start our season off right. If we do lose this game, by the way, we set a new club record for most consecutive defeats, obviously going back to last season. So let's not do that, please. So there is the Exeter the Exeter team sheet. You can see obviously our team sheet there. Stevenson is on his preferred side, and that is a worry. I'll be honest, I didn't look at what their preferred sides are. Okay, he does prefer to be on the right. He's fine. He's fine. It doesn't matter. It's just a preference. I'm going to tell them that we'll go along with the assistant manager there. Make full use of home advantage. I want strong defence. Take control of midfield. And Stewart, instant impact on your debut, please. Want to see good attacking play from him. So there we are in our 4-2-3-1 formation. Hopefully Stewart can have a great start for us. It's also a 4-2-3-1 for Exeter, but obviously 2 DMs for them, including former Manchester United youngster Ethan Galbraith. York is currently down bottom of the league. They've already played a game. They have lost. And this is running rather slow at the moment. So hopefully the game isn't too bad. And it runs relatively smoothly. Exeter dominating possession early on in this game. Chances galore for them in these opening 15 minutes. Lang looks forward towards Barnes. Mallon doesn't win the header, but Pius steps in well. McConnell clears downfield, but there's nobody forward. Galbraith looks for Sparks, and Jaden Raymond puts Exeter 1-0 up rather early on into this game, and it's just, again, defensive mistakes. It's this ball over the top from Galbraith. Hughes doesn't win the header, and Mallon somehow allows his man to get ahead of him. Mallon has to be clearing that ball. He cannot be beaten by him there. That's very disappointing start to this game. We haven't had a shot yet. And maybe it is going to be a longer season than I anticipated. Revan with the throw-in on that far side. Lang. Exeter looking to bring it forward. Dieng. Revan now into our half. Galbraith looks over the top. Gardner may have been offside. He's missed anyway as Roberts comes flying off his line. Doesn't win the ball. And we're just going to have to keep demanding more. It's a twisted knee from McConnell. We will keep him on until half time. Gibson Hammond to deliver the corner. And a Piter gets his head to the ball. We have our first goal of the season. And it's from a corner, which we don't score that many from. Gibson Hammond, wonderful delivery from him. Pire rises highest to head home. Up above, a whole huddle of players. There's 6 extra players in there and a Buxton player that was challenging. We will work the ball into the box. We've had 4 shots, all of them on target. And we do go in half time at 1-1. I'm going to tell them that they are doing well, keep going, but Hughes, I'm going to tell him to sort it out, and that he's lost confidence from that. So he's going to come off for Hanks. McConnell will come off for Blazic. And we will send the rest of them back on out there for the second half of this game. Torraj isn't having the best performance, neither is Stewart. And the rest of them are all pretty much average at the moment, apart from obviously goal scorer and assistee. Let's give some words of encouragement. And we're having plenty of shots on target. We just obviously aren't scoring them. We'll see what happens with this highlight, and we'll look at making a change. Blazic picks that up. Gibson Hammond has space. Plays it inside to Blazic, who finds Hanks. You pull it across for Stewart. And Leighton Stewart has a goal on his debut. We do have the lead. And it was well worked, that goal. Well worked. Gibson Hammond did well to cut back. Blazic takes a couple of touches, and that's a lovely ball into Hanks, who's underlapping. First time ball across, and Stewart just stabs it across the goal, finds the back of the net, and we have 20 minutes where we have the lead. And I think we probably go and make our final change. And we will... What do we do? We're going to take off Stewart for Turner Cook. We'll keep him as fit as we possibly can. It could come back to bite us if Exeter do score. And, you know, we've taken him off and we've just had our first shot off target. We were 6 for 6, which is pretty impressive, to be honest with you. Norris has now picked up a knock as well. And now Exeter looking to attack down his side with Gardner. Mallon wins the ball though. Torraj, Dixon, space to run into, and Turner Cook ahead of him, who plays the ball to Torraj. Stevenson looks forward for Turner Cook to race onto. One defender to beat, hits it from range, and Jay Turner Cook finds the back of the net from long range. It's 3-1, and apparently it's his second goal of the season. It's definitely not that. It's a little bit of a mistake there as well. But we did, again, really well. It's a lovely ball forward from Stevenson, and Turner Cook on his chest. And then drills one from 20 yards out into that bottom corner. We do have an opening day victory. It is 3-1. We will keep Norris on the pitch. But time should tick out. Just a one shot off target for us this game. Very, very impressive outing. Good performance. We will praise them very much for that. Let's see how long we can keep it running, shall we? It's going to be a very tough game again next out. Obviously away at Yeovil, but that will be our next game. So it's time for our second game of the episode. We're away at Yeovil, who drew 1 with Kidderminster in their opening game. So they're currently sat in 13th place in the league. We are currently sat top. Don't think that's going to last long at all. We are going with a completely unchanged side. We're not particularly adding any instructions in. We're just going to send them out there, let them do what they do. Hughes has a chance at redemption here. If he doesn't play too well, then Hanks is probably going to come in for the near future at least. So a little bit of pressure on him. You can see Yeovil's team sheet there. Obviously us as the away team. Norris and Stevenson, I think it was, picked up a couple of knocks. So we have to keep an eye on them. We are going to tell them that we want revenge. Yes, even though half of this team wasn't here last year, we want revenge. You can see they're playing with the 5. At the back, 2 defensive midfielders, and then Reed in behind when I get my words out, 2 strikers, and we continue in that 4-2-3-1 formation. So let's go and kick off here away from home. Hopefully we can get a decent result in this game as well. And yeah, I mean, we saw last season how important a good start to the season is. As Goodwin has a huge chance there. Roberts spreads himself, makes himself big, keeps the ball out. Rydell with the corner towards the back post, and it's gone out for a goal kick at 4. For a second then we had a camera move that would give away a penalty, but no, just straight over the heads of everyone. You can see Norris's fitness is a little bit lower, and that's because of the knock coming into this game, but the physio said he was fine, so we left him out there. Dixon makes a tackle, but Yeovil win the ball again. Apaya with a diving header inside his own area. Ball looped in and it's knocked down, and Reed has hit the woodwork, and we get away with one there. And yeah, I was going to make some shouts, but McConnell wins the ball back here. Torraj coming deep. Hughes to Gibson Hammond. Back into Hughes, playing a little triangle here, but not particularly progressing anywhere. It's a switch of play from Gibson Hammond to find Norris. Space to run into for Norris. And it's still Norris, and he's hit one from range, and it's over the bar. And I don't blame him too much for having the shot there. It's getting a little bit packed in the centre. French with the goal kick. And Stewart wins the header. I don't know why Stewart is coming that deep to win a header. Then Apira and Mallon getting each other's way. And Goodwin has fired one wide. We are going to actually demand a bit more here. It's had mixed reactions, let's be honest. Corner comes in and his header clears. Stewart's going to get there. Plays it back to Gibson Hammond. Into the air, and he might shoot himself, and he does. And Alex Gibson Hammond has his first goal of the season. It's a lovely strike. Stewart gets the assist. And if you're going to let a player cut inside like that and not challenge him, then you're asking for trouble. And Yeovil were certainly asking for trouble there. Does well to get to the edge of the 6-yard box and then just slashes one into the top corner. And we do have the lead. It was apparently a tight offside. It was pretty tight, but he did well just to stay on the edge there. Let's praise. And we're not quite having the same shot on target ratio as we were last time out. We will ask him to mark Goodwin, and we do go in at half time 1-0 up. And I'm going to tell him I don't want to see a hint of complacency. So Fire and Mallon are still complacent. Stewart, you're doing well. Keep up. We've got rid of that anxiousness, and we are just going to add on, work the ball into the box. But for now, no changes at half time. Rydell with the free kick towards the back post. They've hit the post once again, and Apaya clears out for a corner, which Rydell will take. He seems to be the set piece specialist. Towards the back post once again, and it's headed just wide once again. Let's throw up a little bit more encouragement here. And around the 60-minute mark, we'll look at taking Norris and McConnell off, and possibly make the third change then as well. And that is what we are going to do now. So Norris will come off for Monroe. McConnell will come off Alcock. And no. Norris, McConnell will come off at Plazic. Change my mind there. And I think I'm going to take Hughes off for Hanks. No, I'm not. We're going to keep that sub. Total convincing management style there. We'll keep that sub just in case we do need it. Let's throw up a bit of praise. Roberts with the ball in his hands looks downfield, and Stewart isn't going to challenge Jones, who knocks one forward. And there's a lot of space there for Marriott. Reed looking to bring it down this near flank in towards Goodwin, and just over the ball once again. And if Goodwin could score, we'd be in trouble in this game, and I think we are going to make that final change now. As this highlight comes in, we're still going to pause it and make it. Turner Cookie is going to come off on for Dixon on that left-hand side. Paya clears downfield, and it's Williams who looks forward, and Marriott is going to get there and pull it across, and it's blocked. Roberts keeps it in. And Goodwin once again with a chance. I sort of want to demand more from Mallon. Seeing as he's complacent, that's done nothing at all. And we have a penalty for Nico Jones being a bit too forceful on Torraj. Questionable at best, but the referee's given it. Blazic steps up and probably puts this game to bed. It is 2-0. He has his first goal of the season. Not sure what the celebration is all about. Jumping up and down and patting himself on the head. But yeah, decent penalty. He's right in the corner. Keeper goes the right way. But we should hopefully see this out for a second win. Torraj with the throw. Only finds a Yeovil body. Good win. In for Marriott. It's a great ball. Marriott to pull one back, and they've hit the post again. Paya clears out only as far as Williams, who looks for Marriott. Paya wins the header. Torres flicks on again. Blazic, and that's the end of that highlight. You can see statistically once again we have been the second best team, but we are going to come away we're going to come away with it with a victory. Start to say that, and that they were playing in a corner at the same time. It's not going to work. Scrimshaw looks out for Williams. It's the final 50 seconds of the game. Clean sheet would be nice. In this 3 years that we've been in charge, clean sheets have been at a minimum. So one here would be quite nice. Tony Cook beats his man. Drives centrally, pulls it across for Stewart, and French saves. And there's going to be no late goal for Stewart this time, but we do hold on for a 2-0 victory. I'm going to tell them that I don't want to see us become too comfortable. But defenders, you defended well. Happy with your playmaking and happy with your attacking play. We want to try and stamp out complacency as early as possible. We do remain top of the league, one of 4 teams on 6 points at the moment. Barnet could go up there as well. They're on 3 points. They will play Kidderminster. Yeovil drop into the relegation zone. And yeah, good start to the season. We played relatively well. Once you don't look at the statistics, once you actually look at the games, we have been good for both victories, I think. We will see if we can keep it up. Like always, we'll come back and do the FA Cup for qualifying round next time. And either Solihull Moors or Bromley, probably Solihull Moors. But we'll see where each team is and what's going off. But the FA Cup 4th round, for qualifying round even as well, we're going to be back next time. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you then. Bye bye.